So, hello, this is the demonstration of Wootzapp webview, and first what we will start from is extensions. So the idea was the Wootzapp webview to build a separate webview component that allow us to run Chromium extension to speed up development and provide custom APIs to it. First of all, what is Chrome extension? Is a bunch of HTML and JavaScript, and there is three main components. First of all is a background script, service worker that can do something in background. It's a content script. It's just a piece of JavaScript that injected in either all URLs or selected URLs at the start or at the end at our choice. And there's this action. In Chrome or Chromium, action is a pop-up with UI. In WebView, it can be treated as a main interface. So here can be a compiler to React or another frontend and be a full UI of the application. So for the test, we have here background script just every 5 seconds print something to console. As you see here, it's not console log, it's Chrome Woots log, our custom API, because capture and log from service worker is pretty bit complicated. It's not streamed as all other console logs to Java or to Lookout or something like this. So we created our raw own log that definitely will show message. Next, content script. Content script in this case is simple as possible. It's the same our log that print that win content script, and we just change background to green and also put simple console log. Next we have interface. Interface pretty simple. For demonstration purposes, we have here again our custom API info. And just grab device and OS info in C++ layer. We will come to it a little bit later and show here, and also show link to the Google. So we have UI, some script that runs on every page open, and we have background script. Pretty simple web. It can be treated as pretty simple web application. Let's go to Android Studio. First of all, to make it happen, we built AR library, Android library of Wootzapp WebView, and connect it here as a dependency. Come to it a little bit later, but for now we just like library and some wrapping code to make it happen. So pretty simple application. On top we show label, and on the bottom we open URL of our extension UI. So pretty, I don't know, not so interesting initialization. It will be absolutely the same on any library integration. It can be treated as library code. I try to replicate lock screen up, but it's impossible with default Android APIs. So I decompile your application and see that you use custom ones. So it's just simple, always on top application in this case. So let's run here. What we're waiting on? Launching on devices. Okay, install success. Something happened. So here here we see output of our how it called our function. In logcat we see that background worker start working and every 5 seconds print something console with big capitalized console log. On top we see that it's not error, we just like to use error output because it's red and readable. We load extension from our hard-coded place from disk, but it can be anywhere. It can be packed as app resource, extracted and loaded then. And we see our URL we use here. So extension works. Use C++ layer, launch background script, and let's see green Google. We go to Google and up. After this we change it to green. No, stay sign it out. Nice. Now let's go to technical details. Technical details, how to make it happen, what it requires, and how to use it. First of all, there is no such concept as a Chromium WebView as separate library. So we needed to, it's only distributed as APK through Play Store as system component. So build it as a library, not existing code that we already created. So how it looks like a lot of Chromium magic, a lot that package all resources that have a lot of dependencies. In this particular file, most of the stuff is resources handled, and it's separated by a lot of resources. Yes, we start with library. This is a Java library with a bunch of dependencies from Chromium source tree and glue code to render it. Then we have native library. This is rendering stuff, so to make it draw on display. A lot of dependencies again, and we have library packing code. Library packing code is pretty complicated because in Chromium this target I move so back. This target not dedicated to full AR with resources build, so we just like pack it in very weird way. It's with manual mapping resources and so on. Boring stuff, it's working nice. Can't forget about it. Then, what does it mean that we have R? It means that we can use absolutely the same APIs as we use in WebView. So, go back to Android Studio. It's a little bit more complicated than just using WebView, but the idea is similar. First of all, it's initialization code, then nothing interesting here. Then again, nothing interesting here, configure initialization code. This one is for lock screen. Yes, I need to scroll a little bit down. Initialization again, we just load resources, load library, install the C++ function to draw and start a browser. And create a context. And context is the most interesting part. Not even context, but just a minute, I scroll down. This is interface again with some initialization. This initialization should be look familiar to WebView because it's pretty the same. And content client. Content client is just implementation of all browser events. if something happen, how we process it. So we have all possible scenarios here. We receive title, we can do something with this. We request focus, can do something with video, can do something, and so on and so on. I think the only real implementation we provide here is capture console messages. All other stuff is dependent on application functionality. But since this class is abstract, we need to implement everything. It's a Java site. It should be very familiar and pretty easy to use. Let's go back to technical details on C++ side. So what we have here? In simple words, how extension works? Extension is just ability to execute JavaScript code in right places. So here I open content rendering client of Android WebView, and in Chrome terminology, content rendering client is just a process and thread that draw any HTML rendering content on screen, and also execute V8 JavaScript engine and all related to this stuff. So we use shell extension client. We install extension APIs, so we just inject it in rendering process and allow to use it. All this chrome.something. Do some magic, allow service worker to use these scripts, and just implement several methods. If service worker thread started, we do some magical extension, evaluate on thread, and run on process start, process end is about content script. I scroll down. Yes, run script and document start and run script and document end. This one exactly which made Google green. Sounds pretty easy, but it's huge amount of porting first extension to Android, then extension to WebView, and how it works. I will not go into details about how to port extension on Chromium, just tell that on Android WebView we rely on content shell. As you see, this was experimental project to run an extension on Chrome OS, but it provides minimal bindings of extension and very easy to use, so we use it as a bootstrap to bring extension support to Chromium. And what it allows us, aside from standardized and very easy interface of writing front end, so all app development like in React Native or Tauri or all these libraries go to web developers, even easier. In React Native you should to use APIs and you should pack it. Here you can even develop it separately, just provide mockups for internal function. And what is most important, we can define any function. So as you saw here, we have info and also log function. So how it works? We have our role API. We can define any API if we want in C++ layer. You see here definition, pretty verbose, but how Chrome works. Woots info, woots log. Go to function definitions. So here is a basic example, just to demonstrate something. We get with Chromium internal APIs, information about device, and return it as a JavaScript string. And the log is pretty simple. We just output something on put something in stdr. So as I saw, you use a lot of OEM native APIs. If you have something that can be accessible through C++ layer, we create a new function. We can add any API as a dependency at webview and expose it as a interface, as a function to extension. So a development process of application as simple as provide mockups for these functions. Just mockup. We define Chrome would something and Chrome would other as mockups, and we can develop it even in Chromium or just like pure web application. And aside from defining it here, we need to define it in JSON definition, Chromium specific, very annoying, but it should be done also. So with this technology, development of application front-end and functionality can be treated as developing of web application, and it allows us to easy access any possible C++ layer APIs. So that's all. I will add all required part as in a repo, so you can build it yourself and see how it works.